it says in this week's Parsha, the epic moment at Har Sinai, where Klal Yisrael makes the declaration of Naseh v'Nishma. We will do and we will listen, we will hear. First of all, this is not the first time that we've heard a pasuk similar to this in the last few Parshios. Namely, last week, in Parshas Yisro, Klal Yisrael at Har Sinai said, Kol asher diber Hashem naaseh. Everything which Hashem says, we will do. In this week's Parsha, Naaseh v'Nishma. We will do and we will hear. I just want to focus on, what does it mean, Naaseh? That we will do. We will fulfill the Torah. The Meshech Chachma actually asks, how could we really fulfill the Torah? How could every individual Jew fulfill the 613 mitzvahs that they seemingly were accepting upon themselves at Har Sinai? We all know that certain mitzvahs are special for Kohanim, others for Levim. There are mitzvahs which generally apply to all of Klal Yisrael, but not every mitzvah can every Jew do. So how could we come to Hashem and say, Naaseh, we're going to do the Torah? So the Meshech Chachma answers, says it's a principle of Kol Yisrael Arevim Zeh Lezeh, that the Jews are responsible for each other. That the Torah and our spiritual responsibility is not something that is to each Jew independently on his own, but is more of a collective responsibility. And if we really appreciate that my fulfillment of the 613 mitzvahs has to do with your observance of the Torah as well, the fulfillment of the Torah takes on a whole new meaning. It's not something that is just individual, but it's something that is more klali, it's more general, it's more directed at the Am. I'm going to take this a little further. Also, an episode at Har Sinai. And we're going to see here that it's not just feeling responsible for your fellow Jew. But when we came to Har Sinai, what did Chazal say? What was the nature of the Jewish people? How did we come? Ki'ish echad b'lev echad. Like one man with one heart. So it's not simply that we have this shared responsibility of fulfilling the Torah, and if we all do our part, that we'll all get credit for doing the 613 mitzvahs. It's more than that. There are certain parts. We're ki'ish echad, b'lev echad. If we're united, we're like one person, like one man, with one heart. And we can all think, there are certain Jews. Not every Jew, let's put it this way, not every Jew has the same tafkid. Not every Jew has the same role. Some Jews, their role is to be the head, others the heart, some the eyes. We all have our certain responsibilities and our certain spiritual areas which we can fulfill better than others. Perfect example is that Cohen has his responsibilities that Israel doesn't have. But when we come to this week's Parsha, we see something different. We said, Naaseh v'Nishma. We're not only going to do, but we're also going to hear. What does it mean that we're also going to hear? So Chazal tell us that, well, the pasuk says, Zos Toras hachatas. This is the Torah regarding the korban offering of a chatas. Where Chazal learn, what does it mean, Toras hachatas? This is the learning of the chatas. That kol ha'osek b'Toras hachatas, ki'ilu hikrit chatas. Anybody who involves himself in the learning of the halachas of the chatas is as if he brought the korban. So, Yisrael, can he bring the korban? Really? And physically, no. Physically, he can't. That's the Kohen's job. But Yisrael could learn the halachas could learn the Torah of bringing a chatas and be credited as if he brought the chatas. He fulfilled that mitzvah. So we see here something amazing coming from these two parshios. Naaseh will collectively do it as a nation. We can fulfill it. But also there's an individual way to do it. We don't have to rely on the klal. And that's the nishma. Through the learning. Through the learning of the mitzvahs, you can also get to the fulfillment of the 613 as an individual. Things that shed tremendous light on the way one can view his fellow Jew, and also view his own personal relationship with the Torah, both as avenues to fulfilling the Torah in its entirety.